Hello, welcome everybody. I'm Go Beer Go Home, and this is Rail Talk live. It must be Saturday because I'm so relaxed right now because I've been working all day, which is kind of but I've got a kit to work on, and I love working on kits. So this is going to be fun. We're going to do some detailing stuff, and yeah, I'll show you what I'm working on and whatnot. But we're just going to give it a little bit because it takes a while for people to get the notification that we're live, and yeah, so we'll just we'll play it by ear. I'm going to say hi to everybody. See who's here already. Elmar says cookie. Timbit. You get Timbit for being the first one. Just one, only one. And Eminem Rails, how's it going? You're so close. Todd getting crumbs, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what happens. Sorry, Todd. Mr. Brian Ferguson, how's it going? And we've got Floyd. Hey, Floyd. And Cowboy Steve. Trains by Perry. Perry must be home from the club because I guess, yeah, it's probably late enough now that he could be. We got Willow Creek. How's it going? Ooh, and of course, I lost my spot. Sorry if I miss anybody. Let's see. Running some trains at the club today, so check out my page after for some new videos if you want. Yeah, I was watching the test train earlier. I wanted to see how the layout was because of course I'm missing it this weekend because I work all weekend. Lucky me, right? Hey Nelson, how's it going? And Chris, big CW. When the logo here first, it looks like a turtle. Does it look like a turtle? Oh yes, it does. I see. I totally see it. Yeah, now that's all I'm gonna see. Thanks, Perry. And James, Dundas Junction Model Railroad. How's it going, James? All right. So for the past several weeks, normally on a Saturday, because I do the kit build thing on Saturday nights now. I used to do the Sunday morning brunch kit build, but my schedule is lame. It's always changing. So I do Saturday nights, and I just kind of rebranded it as Rail Talk because we talk about trains. That's it. What else are we going to talk about? The best hobby in the world. So, that's what we're going to do. The whatchamacallit? Train show. Where is it? Milwaukee. The Milwaukee train show is on right now. And we're seeing all these announcements that are pouring in. It's pretty crazy. I didn't get to see the Athearn one yet. Apparently, they've got some Athearn Genesis something that they're announcing today. Yet to see what it is. So I'll be looking forward to, keeping track of everything that's being announced this weekend. Should be good. Prairie Shadows with the GP20 CP units. Awesome. So that's cool. Darren, how's it going? Yeah. So I'm going to keep track of that, and we'll probably talk about it on Thursday because we got GV After Dark. There's another thing. I don't know if you guys had noticed, but I posted something cryptic. We'll call it cryptic this morning, and we'll get into it a little bit more on Thursday. But you guys know that we've been missing Tim. They make it like that. He's super busy with life right now. And, he always does the first Thursday in the month because we do our Third Rail Thursday. It's him, then it's me, and then it's Mark, and then we do the GV After Dark. Not that we're replacing him because you can't replace Tim. Tim is pretty awesome. But we did have to find a replacement, so it wasn't that hard. Tim knows I'm joking. But we did find somebody that's going to be filling in and they'll be working, not really work. It's fun, but they'll be doing the first Thursday of the month. But I'm just going to keep, dropping hints. I dropped one this morning, and Athearn is announcing they are discontinuing all their. I'd sure like them to switch to ESU. That'd be a great announcement. I think I might start buying more Athearn if that was the case. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? But yeah, so I'm going to be posting clues. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'll probably tell you Thursday, but I'm going to post clues every day for the next week or so, I guess, until Thursday, and then Mark and I can talk about it on Thursday night for GV After Dark. But it's a good surprise. So speaking of surprises, we've been working on this thing here. This thing is pretty neat. It's the Walthers 3-bay engine shed, and I've kind of turned it into a 9-bay engine shed, which is really too big for his britches here because this thing's massive. It's on its own pedestal, more or less. It's a module. I had to create a whole module for this thing, and it goes up on my second level, which it's still pretty heavy. This is very heavy. I'm glad I don't have to add too much more to it, but it sits up there, sits nice, and it works. So I do need to do some wiring. I need to do some detailing. You'll notice that where the kits come together, there's this ugly seam. So I have to make this thing look seamless. And it's the same thing on the inside. And Perry had pointed it out to me as well, to do the inside as well as the outside. I've got this very thin styrene here that I've painted silver. And I'm going to do this and cover that. Whoop. So you won't even know that it's 3 separate kits. I'm going to do some of that. On the inside, when I remove the lid, this is all one piece here. Whoop. You can see down inside here. Sorry about the shaky. The 2 kits come together right here, and there's this ugly seam that goes right down to the end. I've got some pieces that I'm going to lay right across there to make this look a little bit more seamless, as I was saying. And yeah, that way the whole thing is going to look like one piece. Something like that and something like the front of this is really important. But, up here where the roof is going to lay across, or right here, and you can kind of see it's kind of ugly right there where see how it comes apart. Same thing with the back, but this goes up against the wall, so you won't even see that end. So that's okay, not a big deal. Another thing I would like to do, and that I'm going to do after I sit this down, is that I've got a whole bunch of different pieces of styrene here. I went through my my bits box, if you will. This is the styrene here that I'm going to use on the inside. It all came from a Pike Stuff kit. You remember these sheets? Whenever you get a Pike Stuff, these normally hold the wall sections together. But because they're flat and they're the right width, I'm going to run these right down on the inside, right down on here. And yeah, it'll go the entire length. So that's really cool. That'll work for that. Another thing I want to do, I don't know how much of this I'll be able to do, but I've got some styrene, and I need to make a couple of wall sections. And I need to do it right on the inside, right like that. So they're going to have to be yay tall, maybe up to about here, and then like that wide. So I have to create 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And I can do that out of this. Basically, the way that the door hinge works, it has to go against something on the inside. So there's that. And then I also have to put some piping and whatnot against the wall. So if I create these little wall sections here, it's going to be perfect for that. And if I am able to get those wall sections up and whatnot, I can start putting hinges and doors on the fronts. I also have to put more of these little roll-up parts for the door, even though these doors don't roll up. So they're going to open like this. Yeah, never throw away your extra bits. So this is one of the doors here. You see I can open it like that, and then it looks like it's open. So I've got a whole bunch of hinges that I can do doors here, so that's fun. Hey John, how's it going? Trackside Mike, how's it going? Hello to the host with the most, Chris from GVO. Hopefully, Mike, you're feeling better. I know you've been kind of down and out. I think I'll do this first because this might be the easiest. Also, I do have to do some paint touch-ups. I've got paint that I can use for that, but I do want to do some paint touch-ups as well. And I think it would be important to do that. Make it look a little bit cleaner. Hello to you. I'm getting dizzy when you shake that camera. Sorry. It's my moving cam. You heard of a movie cam? Well, it's my moving cam. Can I even read this in this light? This lighting is terrible. Okay, so it's 4.5. I need to make a piece that's 4.5 inches, and then another piece that's 4.5 inches. This stuff is very thin, so it doesn't really take too much to cut it. And there we go. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure well, it hangs down a little bit. So we even see that. The answer is a resounding no. I also want to add gutters, or not gutters, the downspouts as well, stuff like that. So quite a few things to do. Mr. Dwight Curley, how's it going? Good to see you. Because this is all painted, I'm gonna have to kind of work this in here. There we go. Cool. So, do I have it on the side? Yep. Okay. Sorry about the cam. Okay, so I just got to make another one. So where is this going on the layout? It's going right behind me, but up a level. I can kind of show you in a minute, but it involves shaking the camera, so I didn't really want to move the camera too much. Too late for that, though, I think, at this point. Okay. So when we put this back on like this, now it appears a bit more seamless. So where it's going, if I turn around and I go up, so that's my paper mill. It's going up, way up, and it's going right there in that corner, right there. That's where it goes. Yep. Come back down slowly so I'm not making anybody dizzy. All right. So I got to do the runners here for the inside. The styrene, again, it was a piece of joiner from the Pike Stuff kit, and I think they work, or they will work, really, really well for this. I don't expect it to add any extra strength, because first off, I don't even think it needs it. But this would more or less just be just to clean it up, give it a bit of a cleaner look across here. Did you check out the Atlas webpage for the... Yeah. It's funny because as soon as I had seen that it was re-announced, I was on the website and I was looking at it. And then I messaged Chris, who is, whatchamacallit, Big CW. And he tried to get on and he couldn't get on. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm on there right now. And when I went to go back to look again, to be like, you're crazy, there was an issue with the website. So the only thing I can assume is that all the people went crazy when they heard that the Point St. Charles is going to be done, finally. The only one they're missing, though, that I'm very disappointed that they're not doing, I mean, not right this minute anyways, but the only one that I did not see that I'm disappointed about is the Operation Lifesaver. I really want that one. Trueline did that one. But I guess they're trying to, obviously do different ones. Even though, yeah, they're doing a bunch of the CN and the international CN where it has the red cupola. So there's that. But other than that, very, very pleasantly surprised with the fact that they're finally doing it. They did the super soft announcement last year at either, I can't remember if it was, whatchamacallit, if it was Milwaukee last year or if it was Springfield last year. I'm pretty sure it was Springfield because I was there and I remember seeing the little sign that said, "Oh, we're doing it," but there was no official announcement. So for anybody who was trying to sell the Point St. Charles True Line Trains caboose for $1 million, you're probably going to have to come up with a backup plan now. Because these ones, I think the MSRP was $89.99 that was posted, which is amazing because even if that's American, you're looking at about 100 or 105 Canadian, I think. No, it depends on the conversion. But yeah, pretty happy with the price tag on that. Yeah, there would be a license with the operation. Oh, yeah, probably. But that'd still be cool, though. Question is, how many are y'all getting? I already have one, and I have an actual True Line one. So I don't know how much it matters. I was going to get a Rapido one, but now I'm like, do I need a Rapido one if they're doing these ones? The only different one is the transfer van, which Otter Valley is doing. And at least Otter Valley is doing the white one, the test scheme, which is really cool. So probably still get the transfer van, but I don't know if I'd be getting the Rapido Point St. Charles. 125. Yeah, see, I mean, but that's still like today's pricing. That's kind of on par with what most other big name cabooses would be, especially if they're that detailed. It's not, but I mean, it's comparable at the same time. Yeah, Mike, you're on the same page as me with that. I'd love like another Point St. Charles, and then definitely get a transfer van or two from the Otter. That sounds about right. Hey, Russ is rocking. HO Trains. How's it going? And Dan, how's it going, Dan? I pre-ordered 2 Rapido, and I will do 2 Point St. Charles. That's good. That's good. There's nothing worse than, when a company announces something and then another company announces something that's either ridiculously close or the exact same thing. It's kind of a pain, if you ask me. But it happens. It totally happens. Can't be mad. Just get what you can get, And it looks like I don't have to do any huge major cuts to this, which is great. Let's lay this last piece in here on this side. Might have to do one going up the wall. Probably not. I'll show you guys what I'm doing here in a second. I know it's kind of hard to see. And I'm, of course, getting glue on my fingers, which I totally hate because it's going to be on there for a while. This glue does not like to come off. There we go. Okay, so I'll just kind of show you that. So that seam that was in there is now no more because I put the solid piece right along. It took about 3-4 pieces, but I did it. Same thing with over here too. Now it looks like a more solid piece, which is kind of neat. You always have stuff in your bits box. Also, always save your extra parts too, because honestly, you never know what you're going to need and when you're going to need it. So while that's drying, I want to see if I can do this. Oops. Let's go right back. Nice. Okay. What a mess. All right, so I've got some of these. These are my terminal strips. I found these today because they're already they're already wired up with my negative and positive, which is kind of cool. And I've got enough here to connect all these wires and hopefully add power to all the lighting in or under that. Yeah. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, my so what I want to do is that I want to set one of these up probably like here, and then set the other one up over there, and then connect them, and then of course, you know, gotta connect. I'm gonna glue it. Actually, do I glue it? I'll glue it after. I don't think it's a big deal right in a second. I think I'm just gonna make sure I've got enough length here for all of this. So this is probably right here. Let's do this. Let's put them all. Let's measure it so they're all right here. Oh, you know what? That one's gonna go. The good thing about this as well, while I'm cleaning this up, is that laying this flat is very hard to do when you've got all this nonsense going on here. So I'll be happy that once I get all this tucked away and I cut all this extra wiring off of here, I can, at that point, be able to lay this thing flat and not have to worry about wires. Did you have to add all those jumpers? Yes. Oh, yeah. I did all my little jumper loops. Absolutely. I do that. I don't have terminal jumpers. If I did, I don't know if there's terminal jumpers for this type of joiner. or terminal strip, I should say. There probably is somewhere, but I don't have it. So I have to make all my own little jumpers, which again is just, honestly, I can make 2 jumpers out of this piece of wire here. Otherwise, it's no good, you know? So I just make my own. Easy peasy. I would hope Walthers or Faller make a North American porta container crane for intermodal yard that really have container ships, but no model crane. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that would be a big hit. There's the one for the steel mill where it loads something. What does it do? It puts something onto the ship, or it empties the ship something. That was a big kit, but it's like a giant crane. It's not for containers though. I think it has a conveyor belt or something. I think I missed a question. I love wiring, just not upside down under the layout. Yeah, that's a pain. I think before I start doing like major wiring, I get one of those creepers. Kind of thing where you lay on your back and you can roll around on concrete and it's low enough to go under a vehicle. I'm going to get one of those because it's all concrete down here and it's like, that's brutal. I'm not laying on the concrete floor. Even at my old house where it was carpeting, it was brutal. I had to take my folding table and lay it just to be able to get, you know, under the actual layout and, you know, have something flat to lay on. It's crazy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I guess we'll do this one as well. That one won't stay flat, of course, but it's not a big deal. Maybe I should put a hole. I just don't want it to go below this, so I made a hole so that the wire goes over here. Now, the only other issue I have, you guys remember, I did that one thing one night where I was lighting up the buildings just to show you guys that, you know, there's power to it and all that. And I had wired one and it didn't work. And then I forgot that I had to wire it backwards, which I did eventually do like the next day. And I was so, like, I lost sleep over it and everything. Anyways, I forget which one it is now. So this is going to be fun because, yeah, I don't remember which one it was. So here we are. Trying to do this, trying to make this work. The cool thing is that after this, at least I know that all the lights will be, you know, lit up on here. And get it done now while I'm doing this. I don't think I could really change the wire or anything inside the building at this point anyways. So and who knows, we might see this thing lit up again today. Add one, I guess. I mean, I'll know which one it is as soon as I plug it in, because there's going to be one light that's not going to work. Right? And then it's just a matter of taking the red one and putting it where the white one is, and taking the white one and put the where the red one is. And I'll know which ones are which, because I can see them coming out here, coming out the bottom. Is that all? Oh, no, there's one more here. Let me get it. This is like 2 weeks in a row where all I'm doing is wiring. So I was doing wiring on the layout last week. Was that last week? I don't remember. Okay, super easy. Red one goes where the red one is, and white one goes where the white one is. So if I do this correctly, and you know what, there's no screw in there, which is kind of rude. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to double up with these two in here, because I can do that. It would drive my OCD nuts. Yeah. Again, not a huge fan of doing electrical, but for something like this here, there's no way I'm not going to do electrical, because I totally need to add lights to this. And there's no way I'm not going to do that, because I got to make this kit cool. So, that being said, it was a must. That's right. If I mess up, it's your fault. Really? I mean, it's just wiring. I'm not gonna start a fire or anything. I feel like this is like basic wiring where I don't have to do anything too crazy. If it was, you know, some intense stuff where I had to do some calculations and whatnot, probably wouldn't do it live. Probably be the best bet. But come on, this is strictly just entertainment value. If I start a fire, at least you guys will call 911. Right? I'll be too busy like trying to gather and rebox up all my locomotives before the house burns down. So, yeah. Math, ow. Walthers needs something new in structures, something like crane, building, etc. Did you see their, what is it that they just did recently? What did they do? They did something. Something with crossings, roads. I can't remember. Walthers did something recently that was cool. We don't know where to. It's time for look for the smoke show in Ottawa. Then they all go to Mark's house. No, but thanks for the compliment. I think I'm almost done. Almost. And I'll be able to show you guys how cool, or not cool, depending on if this works or not, how cool or not cool this will be when half the shop is lit up. And this is only the first thing, right? This is the under the walkways thing. This isn't even the overhead lighting. I'd have to do that still. But the overhead lighting is like later, like when I do the roof to it, which I'm pretty sure is going to be last. Because, and the simple reason for that, because I still have to do all the detail stuff on the inside. The roof doesn't really matter until the inside stuff is done. No, we didn't get snow. It's just been raining here for a while. Well, now, Russ, I know it might be a low voltage, but have you ever seen me do electrical? There could be a fire. There very well could be. We don't know that yet. Okay, so this, see how like neat this is? And when I say neat, I mean like, cool. I don't mean neat as in it's well planned out. But that's still a lot better than spaghetti dinner over here. You know what I mean? Was it the double crossover controller? I have no idea. I don't have one of those. Coffee house. Because that's all my transformer kit pressing plant they were going to do, but decided to turn it into a transformer plant. Oh, weird. So a factory where they build like Optimus Prime and Bumblebee and Starscream. That's all I know. Don't make me keep going. Okay, so do I bring them all over here? I think I could do that. Or do I bring them? I'm going to need to make a hole over here too. Dang. Okay, let's do that then. Cut more spaghetti dinner here. Mom's spaghetti. Absolutely. It's good the next day. If it was pizza, depending on the pizza and where you get it from, you don't even have to reheat that. It's still good. Even right out of the refrigerator. Okay, I have to drill this hole though. It'll be noisy for a second. Just for a second. Now pasta is a no-go. Really? I could never say no to pasta. There's only one thing better than toast, and it's cheese toast. Garlic cheese toast. Why is this acting the fool? So thing stuck somewhere? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean that explains it. Saw him live, Chris, and I went with our wives, not together though. Saw him live, Chris and I went. Are you talking about the time we went to Taylor Swift together? I'm just kidding, obviously. But they don't need to know that. Mark knows all the words to every Taylor Swift song. He's definitely a Swiftie. You cats didn't say, hey, you went. I have no idea what he's talking about. Are you talking about Jelly Roll when we were like downtown Ottawa and we had no idea we were downtown Ottawa? I think Mark was sitting in the senior section. Believe me, I would have been back there too. But unfortunately, my wife, who has always gone to concerts and always loves going to concerts, she had to get up as close as possible. So unfortunately, I got dragged into the sweaty center of the near front where there was a lot of, debauchery going on. I would not pay that. I don't think anybody is really worth that much to go see. And I'm going to be honest, like when we were in Vegas, we could have got tickets to go see Garth Brooks. And Garth Brooks is like, I mean, he's the guy, right? He's been around a long time. But they wanted a stupid amount for, the tickets. And I'm like, I don't like them that much, But, it happens. That's what happens. These artists, they get too big for their britches, and then they charge an absurd amount for tickets to their show. Billy Joel, nice. We're close enough to end. We did actually just get tickets for a show next year. I grew up in I was born in 85. So like I'm a 90s, I grew up in the 90s, and high school was like the 2000, 2000, 2001, 2003, 2004. And the popular stuff at that time was all the emo music and, all that stuff. So, one of the bands that I listened to at the time was My Chemical Romance. And my wife just got tickets to their show in, next year. So, yeah, we're going to that. But they're doing like a whole, they put on a show. It's an actual show. It's not just a band playing their instruments and la-di-da, it's a whole thing that they're putting on. So, which is, a lot better than just, all that. But anyways, so yeah, we're going to that. And I think it's in August or something. I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, like in March, I'm going to be 40. I want to say I'm not old, but at the same time, I feel old. Also, the time has totally escaped me because I remember being 18 like a couple of weeks ago. I mean, even saying that I've been doing this for 10 years, it's like I have no idea what happened to the 10 years where I've been doing this. Everything is such a blur. And by this, I don't mean working on this specific kit. I would probably get very frustrated after, a couple of months. But I told my wife, I said, I guess I get a special cake this year because I turned 40, right? It's like, it's a milestone of some sort, And well, she's like, well, what do you want? I'm like, I want an F40 cake for my 40th. Because what year was that? I forget what year it was, but she got me a cake that was a train. It was the MP40 Go Transit locomotive. And it looked like it, but it was cake. She's very neat with stuff like that. So at my request, I said an F40 for my 40th. And seeing as how there's no other F40s being put out onto the market right now, I can't ask for a model. So. None that I need, anyways. Didn't Atlas announce a bunch of Metra ones today? A Metra F40? Everybody's sharing their age. I'm just waiting for Mark to say, I'm 25. Why does that one not work? See, the thing about these is that some of them work and some of them do not work. And when it doesn't work, that sucks. Ah. And yeah, then that comes right at. Okay, so I got to double up on this one as well. So that sucks. But what can you do? I think you can fit 2 wires into each of these. If I wanted to really make this whole thing much more snug, I could do that, but I don't like doubling up on wires when I don't have to. I really don't. Oh, 26. I'm sorry. All right. So I've got all the wires collectively. They're all there. They exist together there. Where is my... I've got a main hub thing here that I've gloriously put together. And it looks pretty sweet, if you ask me. Oh, did I do that? Oh, I totally did that. Okay. Sorry, hang on, guys. I just actually forgot that I somewhat pre-wired this. I've got so many of these things everywhere. They're literally everywhere. Okay, so that one's off, and that one is also off. Okay. So this was the main wiring thing that I had. right? Power, right? What was it, 9 volt? 1 volt? I can't read that because it's dark and it's too small. 5? No, 6 volts. Yeah, because it's VI, which should be 6. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. And then I've got, of course, my lighting control, so power, positive and negative to dim it. And then I've got it all attached on the end here, where I've got my positive and negative here. What can I do? What can I do? I need... Okay, 1 wire from here into here. So these cut really easy. I'm just going to cut this one because I can mostly. Just because I can. And then I'm going to take that out of there. Do that back up. And do the same with this. Oh, you know what? I should do this. Now remember, guys, if I start a fire or mess up, it's your fault. Okay? Take the blame from me, all right? So don't need my wife coming down on me, you know. Chris, you said there wasn't going to be a fire this time. I said there might be a fire this time. It's not my fault you didn't hear me. You assumed wrong. Okay, so I'm just going to stick an extra wire into here, like so. Oops. Come on, wire. Don't be stupid. There we go. Now I need another red one. This has stuff on it, so we're going to go right here, right in the middle. I like to go to the middle one because even though they're all getting fed, the middle one is going to, you know, instead of putting it at one end where it takes a while for the power to get to the other end, putting it right in the middle so it's more evenly distributed. At least that's my thought on that. Okay, and then we're going to feed this through here. So, and then I got to cut the where's this going to go? I think I want to keep the length on this just for the fact that I don't know where this power thing is going to go yet. And then I can connect this to the main power source because I've got a couple of ports for the red and a couple of ports for the white. So there's a red one. There's the white one. The cool thing is that because I did somewhat of a okay job of wiring everything in a order, when I flip it over, if section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if any of those are out, all I have to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, follow this wire. This is where it goes. Reverse it. Bob's your uncle. It should be okay. Should be. Hey, Adrian, how's it going? Canadian 911. Okay, good. Okay, so if I start a fire, not on purpose, we already went over this. It's definitely not going to be on purpose. Ray's got my back. He's going to call. He's going to dial 911, and then when I finally get all my trains boxed up again, he's going to dial 1, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get out in time. My beard looking up. Only at Christmas, and when you're around, I smile. That's the only time my face lights up. Oh, new train day as well, of course. New train day. My face always lights up when I get a new train. Okay, so I'm gonna add a wire to here. Hoping that this works. So this is basically the center on this side. Whoops. Are you guys excited that Rapido's making more ballast cars? I don't think they made enough the first time around, so I'm very happy that they're doing a second lot because I didn't get one, and I need a couple. And they were sold out before they even hit the stores, and I'm like, what the? So very happy that they're making a second run. Last week, I filled out the form for Rapido's product suggestions, and I did the GMD GP38-2. That's good. But you know what? It's like, I think they keep losing them when I send them in. I know it's all like an automated system, but I just feel like they see mine, and they're like, this guy again. So, yeah. Between them and Athearn, I don't know who doesn't listen to my suggestions the most. And the thing is, it's that time of year. Christmas is right around the corner. And what do I look forward to every single Christmas? I mean, well, besides the smiles on my own children's faces, but yeah, that. But I also appreciate, and I always look forward to the Rapido announcement email, because yeah, it's always something good. I mean, last year I don't remember last year, so it probably wasn't that good. I'm not selling this at all. But yeah, I remember there was one year where they announced like the Go transit cars and the F-59s. That was a good Christmas. Yeah. And you'd think with Go Transit's 60-year anniversary coming up, which is in 2027, they'll be doing some sort of cool box set or something. Hopefully, I hope. Can only hope. Okay, so it's all wired. Let's see if this actually does its thing. It's not sitting flat, and it's probably because everything isn't tucked away. Are you guys ready for this? This is it's kind of like the lighting of the Christmas tree, but only it's not a Christmas tree. So here we go. You guys waited a couple of weeks for this. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. Let's hope it works. On a 1, on a 2, on a 3. Holy sweet holy. How many are out? 1, 2. That's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of 12, 2 of them are not lit up right now. Let me dim this a bit. Oh, that's the dimmest? Okay. That's the North Star. I call that North Star lighting. But that's pretty bright, right? It's not that bad in person. On this camera, it looks a bit much, right? You know, Aurora Borealis, right? That's the dimmest I can put it there. And when we look at it, it's still very, very bright. But when I look at it in real time, like my actual eyes, it's kind of dark. That's, you know, like I would put it like that normally. That's not the brightest. Yeah, I know, right? My eyes. Save the children. However, there was no fire, so crisis averted. And then when we put this up here, kind of locks in the freshness, right? I'm pretty stoked. I don't know. I'm stoked. That's it's neat. You guys are roasting me. Cut it out, man. Easy bake oven. You're showing your age there, Todd. Are we gonna make some creepy crawlers? What's that other one? I think that was it. There was either creepy crawlers for boys and then easy bake oven for the ladies. Yeah. But yeah, that's just the under lighting, right? I got to fix this one. So number 2 and number 11. Number 2 and number 11. Those are the, and you know, that's like, as if I need more lights in there, right? So that's, yeah. Because I do want to put a strip of lighting right along here for this section, right? So it lights up just over here. And then I got to run the wire because this is the back. You don't see this side normally. So I got to run the wire like either down like this and along the gutter thing, or I might run it along the inside here and then down just to add another set of lighting here for the front section. But yeah, I like that. It's cool. It's not, no, these are LEDs. It's silent. The rest of my house is on fire, but no, that's okay. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. Thanks for the vote of confidence, guys. 911. Uh-oh. Okay, so 11 and 12 are out. Why is 11 and 12 out? One at a time. Let's do one at a time. Okay, so first I got to turn this off and unplug it because that's the safe thing to do. Okay, so number 2. So looking at these 2 here. So that's this one and this one. So I'm going to remove that one first. The funny thing is like, all it is LED strip lighting, and it's white. So all I did was get some LED strip lighting, and it's the same stuff that I use on my layout for, you know, underneath to light up my scenes and whatnot. I recycled all that stuff from my last layout. So I just added the strip lighting to this, and it works. Hope that was good. Now, what was wrong with this one here? Because there's this one and this one, and it feels like it did something until it didn't do anything. And then there was this one here. Now, I'm not overly tired, so if something messes up, then I really have no idea. Because I'm following my lighting plan as per, you know, paper and pencil diagram. That should all be good. Question mark. Marty, the flux capacitor or something. Marty. Okay, here we go. So let's try that again. Whoop. Okay, so we fixed this light here, which is great. All of these are on. That one's out now, and that one's out still. That's stupid. Why? Why would that one be out? I didn't do anything to it. Although it could just be loose wiring. Who knows? That's maddening. And I gotta fix that too. But yeah, okay. So let me say. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7, and number 11. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for not being so quick to dial 911. I'm pretty sure I saw earlier that Ray said something about a turbo giveaway. Give me 1 second. I was in the middle of something and I'd seen him do something like when Clark Griswold. No. Looks awesome. Where is it? It doesn't translate well over camera. Yeah, well, it's LEDs for you, right? Shop employees are getting tons. Can you switch each row separately? I could do. Probably. I could wire it so that I can put an on and off switch on each one, but that's a lot of work. I don't feel like doing that. Yeah, what's up with Canada? Well, it's just before Christmas, so why not go on strike to get a raise? That's exactly what it is. Getting closer. Okay, December 6th, giving away a turbo liner set, full set. That's awesome. Is it the white and baby blue, or is it the white with the red? Okay, around the layout, operating crew giveaway on December 6th includes a Rapido Turboliner kit. That's awesome. So you should email me when things like that are coming up. I'd be more than happy to advertise stuff like that for you. Number 7 and number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How does that work? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is number 7, and this was number 11. So they're both on this one here. Is that right? Getting back on track with Steve. How's it going, Steve? Hopefully Rapido finally announces the GMD GP38-2. Yeah. That would be nice. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on with this one in particular, but I know that's going to drive me crazy. I switched it around. I want to look at number 7 again, because that one was fine before and now it's not, which is really going to irk me. It really, really irks me. Okay, so magic wand and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so those last two, and yeah, number 7, which is on that side. So all the issues are on the left side. And you guys wonder why I'm not a big fan of doing electrical. It looks like it's correct. Is it correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is number 7. Let's see how well these are connected, because it was lit up before. Maybe something doesn't have a good connection here. Well, it should, because it's right in there. Hey, Rainer, how's it going? Okay, so there's that one, and then there's this one here. Let me check that one to make sure that's good. Well, that has like a giant thing to it there. It should be okay. And then there was these two. So I had switched this one, but it didn't work either way. So I have no idea why that's doing that. But the other thing is this one here, which this one, it was working, but then it wasn't working. Oh, is that why? That's all that is. That's stupid. Okay, so let's put that back into there, if it can. I love it when certain things like this, it just doesn't make sense. It should make sense, but it doesn't. are you getting the Genesis EMD SD60 they announced today? CN. Oh, see, is that the one that I missed? SD60. Why would they? I already have SD60. I have the 60F with rotating fans. They're neat. I like them so much. Oh, that wire came off. Oh, you bugger. Okay, one of them's not going to have a thing because that sucks. That's why that one doesn't work. Oh, well. C'est la vie. Can't get it back on the thing, so it's not going to do anything. That's fine. I can live with that. Maybe... There's absolutely no way that I would get that wire back on there. The only problem with these things, it's such a pain. But this is the other story. So I have... Where was this one going? Was this the other half of that? No, standard SD60E XEMD leasing units. I kind of want to switch these around and see what that does. Because I can't remember which one it is, but I'm pretty sure it's that one that I did backwards. So that means I got to reverse it here. I'm pretty sure that once the light's over top, you won't be able to tell. Okay, let's try that. Okay, well, that's half of it. Did something come loose on the other half? Oh, that's what that was for. Oops. I'm so dumb. That was supposed to be for that. Yeah, the I have some of those other ones. They're a bit more on the pricier side. So I ordered a bag of these off of Amazon, which I'm sure came from China or wherever. but got like 20 of them for $9, which is a heck of a lot better than one for $9. Oops. Okay. Positive, positive, negative, negative. See, I even removed something. Wasn't thinking right. It happens. Wiring stresses me out sometimes. Okay, now there's 3 that are being iffy. Eventually, this whole front half is going to be, one more time. I'm glad this thing is really versatile where I can lift it up and... Oh, that's why that's not working? Why would they both be going there? I think what I need to do is need to take that all apart, not all apart, like just the strip, and then reorganize, because now it's being all wonky because I'm moving stuff around here. I'm going to do this the easy way. I'm just going to take these all off of here, and I'm going to put it back in properly. Pretty sure I had it right the first time. I think something just came loose, and that's why there was an issue. But then I started second guessing myself, and of course, when you second guess yourself, that's when all the fun stuff happens, right? So I'm going to leave those off for now. This is perfect. I don't have to do anything with this, but okay, everything looks okay here. Nothing's loose. I'm going to do this one at a time. Making sure that the connection is good. That's really small. I'll make that bigger. Wondering, would Chris run those BN units and passenger cars on his layout? They look great. Burlington Northern. That would be a tall ask. I don't normally run Burlington Northern. I mostly run Canadian stuff. The only American stuff that I have is the whatchamacallit, the Norfolk Southern unit. Just because if I did run American stuff, it would probably be, Norfolk Southern. But why is this not? Wiring thing, it's testing me. It's testing my patience. Okay, hopefully that stays. And one more white wire. Perry would. I think, well, Perry runs some different stuff. He'll run some UP and other stuff. Some of those heritage units and whatnot. I think he collects all those. Okay, again, doing this one at a time for the positives. And if this still doesn't work, for some weird reason, it still does not work, I'm just going to start doing some detail stuff because, like, man, there's only so much I can do with this wiring thing, it's either it's going to work or it's not going to work. And it worked up until now. Like, one of the wires broke, and it's like, can't fix that. You can't turn back time and fix it. So I got to just power through. It's a little frustrating, but it's like, what can you do, right? Like, there's literally nothing you can do. It's not worth getting mad about. You just keep going. You should run Amtrak to, the Maple Leaf is probably the one that I would do if I did Amtrak. I haven't really, considered it. I would probably want to do Phase 5 cars with a nice P40 or I guess it would be a P40 because the Canadian ones are the P42s, right? Broken. And who knows, this might actually randomly work. And I'm gonna be like, okay, don't touch it, don't do anything to it, because if I even move it, it's gonna break. Okay. Let's see what happens. Good enough. They're all back except for the one, but that one's broken. And that one's not on. Why is that one not on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the darn one, the number one on that side. I gotta it's gonna bother me. It's honestly gonna bother me, so I gotta do this now. At least because I know what's going on here with this, which one it is. I might be able to just switch it and it might be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one, 2, 3, 6. Yeah, so this one. Okay. Did Bubs tell you I almost have his unit finished that I'm weathering for him? I don't think he mentioned it. I know that you're often working on things for him, but I'm not completely in the loop. I could build a major hub, Toronto Station. Yeah, that'd be neat. Union Station. I think my layout's going to be big enough where I can do too much like that. I'd love to be able to. The only reason why I've got this yard, well, if you want to call it a yard, I don't really think it's a yard. It's a maintenance facility, but it's off the main. So, like, the only reason why I have it is because I have this spare space that I can kind of tuck it away and just it exists. That's about it. Without breaking anything else, I've got to do this. Now, I made one little change here. We're going to see if that works. If that does not work, then I put it back. Nothing. It'd be easier to like the stream if he was working with on my. It's. Yeah, sorry. Next time I come over, I'll give you a hand. As long as it's not electrical. Because I'm like so fed up with doing electrical. It is not my cup of tea at all. Let's try that one more time. So I put that there, and I think I'm going to try to reverse them. I'll leave that one in there. And I think that's all it is. I think it's that it needs to be reversed. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to reverse it. Hope for the best. Oops. It's literally this one that's just bugging me. It's not doing anything. It's not doing what I want it to do anyways. It doesn't even come out of the darn thing. There. Okay. Let's put most of this back because I know I totally pooched something there. sure you guys will find out next week whether or not I actually corrected this or not. Okay. This is the one wire that's giving me a hard time. Now, I'm going to see if I can reverse it. And if I reverse it, will it fix the actual issue to which I am facing? Because some of them are like that. It's all based off on the positive negative that's on the actual success. Oh my god. Okay, I'm never doing that ever again. I hate electrical. So the only one that sucks right now is obviously the one that's broken. But looking at it, can you tell which one it is? I can't. Not by looking at it. Oh my god. I hate electrical. Let's never do that again, anybody. Nobody ever asked me to do electrical for them. That includes you too, Sparky. You're the electrician. You should be here doing this for me. Oh, oh man. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks for the support. Never want to do this ever again. Jeez. That earns a sip of the cola. Oh, man. Okay. So now that that's good, it's like 1 in the morning. No, I'm just joking. No, it's, it just feels like that took too long. Way too long. More than my mental health can really deal with. Okay, next thing's next. I've got some ties, and I'm just going to kind of fill this in a little bit. There we go. The easy stuff. Let's just add some ties and some white glue, yeah? Let's do this thing, because honestly, after doing that electrical, I want to crawl into my bed and, cry away the afternoon. I want to have a sit down cry in the shower. That's how that made me feel. Oh man. You guys are amazing though for sticking around and watching me not set the house on fire. That's really cool of you. The support is amazing. This really is an amazing hobby. And you guys are amazing. Yes, I did solve the problem. They all light up, except one wire broke. Not thrilled, but you can't even tell. If I never said a thing, I don't know if you would notice. So do what you will with that information. But for me, it's a whatever thing. I'm not mad. I'm not stressing over it. It's not worth it. It's just stuff and things at the end of the day. I'm just happy that 99.9% of it works. Will I have a dedicated switcher? I would love a Rail King. And a Rail King is like a critter, but it's a specific brand. A lot of major railroads, a lot of major railroads have them, including Via Rail. Via Rail has a Rail King. Go Transit has a Rail King. In fact, at Union Station, there's a Rail King that's pulling two of those orange CN gondolas that or ballast hoppers that Rapido did. That's why I want a couple. But you know what? You notice how I didn't quit? I didn't give up. Don't ever do that. If you don't see it through, you don't fix it, you don't, you let it win. Don't do that. It's not good for your health. Never give up. Don't quit. Just persevere. It's okay to step away, collect your thoughts, especially if you're like super angry at it. But never let it beat you. Never let it win. Just keep going. The little engine that hated wiring, you know? You don't even know. Trying to understand the glue over top of the ties. Does it spread out? Yeah, it's gonna go down. When I ballast it, first off, it's clear. I could spray with a bit of alcohol so it gets a little bit runny. But honestly, this is how I did all my track on my last layout with white glue. Thing held perfect. So I'm just mildly doing it with this because I'm not going to use nails. I'm using nails on my actual layout now, but because this is a module, I'm just using the white glue just to hold these ties down. And that's another tip. Always keep your ties. Never tied ways with your heart ties with your ties. Whatever they say. You always want to make sure you hang on to them. That way you can fill in these little gaps where you, whatchamacallit, that was my bad. Never surrender. That's right. Yeah, normally I do a glue bead down the center, and then just for extra hold, I do it down the side a little bit. It will seep into it, and because it's white glue, it dries clear. So even though you're looking at it like this, next week when I do more work on this, because undoubtedly it's not going to be done tonight, you'll see it's all going to disappear and it'll look cool. I do want to get dwarf signals though and put them in between, each ones, but I don't know who would make let's say a 3D printed dwarf signal. Like if I want to add my own lights. Yeah, I know, more wiring. No, but I would do, I want to do specific lights for them. But yeah, I would want to add my own nano LEDs. I need the body of the dwarf signal, and I don't know where to get it. So if anybody knows where I can find a dozen dwarf signals, please let me know. Or if you know a 3D guy that does 3D stuff with printing, that would probably do a dwarf printing thing, you know? Will you run Loco in and out of this? Will I? Not right this second, but will I? Absolutely. I got to still wire it up to make sure every single one of these tracks have power. So there's that too. Showcase Miniatures makes good signal kits. Ah, okay. Showcase Miniatures. I'll remember that down, and I will check after for Showcase Miniatures. Russ loves wiring. Well, then, Russ, you do the wiring for me then, because honestly, this wiring's such a pain. I try to keep everything as simple as possible, you know? And then as soon as I step out of that comfort zone, that oh so comfortable comfort zone, that's when things get messy here. And it's like, you know, it's like why can't everything be easy? Even though I know not everything can be easy. But I still ask it because I'm hoping at some point it'll get easy. Sometimes easy isn't always fun. Sometimes you need a challenge. Hence the Uber kit. That's my challenge. I don't want the challenge to be wiring. That's a bit much, you know. I need another railroad tie. I'm stealing them from my layout because I didn't nail them down yet. And there's no hole in it for a nail. So I'm going to take those from my layout and I'll replace them. White glue usually holds pretty good too. But if I ever needed to take up the track, it's just a matter of sliding a knife under and breaking that seal, which is also, again, really good, right? Because, yeah, not that I want to take this apart. I definitely don't want to take it apart. Well, that's a 3 track. So let's get that back. Yeah, I've been nailing down my flex track. So for me to do this here where I'm gluing this down, it doesn't matter too much to me that I'm gluing it. I prefer. Okay, I gotta clean these off. No, this glue is actually it's pretty good, but like I said, I can spray it with some alcohol, and then that'll really loosen it up and put it in there. But it goes, like you can even see it's like going down the side because I put actually a little bit too much there, but it'll sort itself out. Gravity will take over and it'll soak in. You guys saw me run on my old layout, and I didn't really have any issues where my track was all like, "Oh no, why did I use white glue?" You know, it works. And the best part is that I just buy them at the dollar store. You don't have to spend $1 million to have glue and hold your track down. Of course, I'm not getting any on the rail, but if I did, then it's easy to clean off too. Beat me to it. Yes, most of it is brass that you have to bend and glue together. Got a couple of dwarf signals from Showcase Miniatures, and they're great. You can make them single or double head signals and add your own LEDs or buy LEDs from them. Do you water down the glue? Oh, I already read that. Cool. I don't have any Showcase signals, but I've seen a lot of videos. Yeah, okay. Let me just check for my isopropyl. I'm not using a lot. But I think most of this might be covered anyways, because I'm probably going to add like some concrete along here. I want to kind of continue it out from the building. Okay, what's next? Probably these things. And I do have to fix that. I have to hot glue that. What time is it? Oh, I got 10 minutes. I'm going to do it in 10 minutes because it's super easy to do. Just need my trusty, dusty, whatchamacallit things. Oh, this glue was supposed to be good. Got a little bit of white glue on it. That's okay. That'll dry. Lights on the outside of the building. Maybe, well, the dwarf signals, for sure. And then in the yard area, some lights, because it's, like overhead lights, like street light kind of overhead lights. Is that one small? It's really small. Why is there, am I missing a small one? There's this one. Which would probably go here. No, they're all just too big. It's kind of weird. Okay. All right, Adrian, you have a good one. Yeah, okay. Try not to use too much glue because it's very close to the clear plastic, and I don't want it to create that smoky look on the glass. I think I've done an excellent job so far in avoiding that altogether. So I want to continue that and not get the smoky look on any of the glass. Now, when doing which one did I do? Ah, this one here. I had to remove the post from the inside. Maybe I should glue that back in. I had to cut it in order to fit one of the whatchamacallits. The hinges. Does a real house have track ID signs over the doors? No, I think they're right on the door. Don't remember off the top of my head. But I think even the lighting is on the wall right by the door, like the signal. But I'm not doing that here. There's no way. Like, just that's why I'd rather put it like right beside the track, like in between each rail. Put a dwarf. That way, I can individually control each one, whether it's a red light or a green light. It's supposed to have blue as well, but I'm just going to do the red light, green light. I have a couple more handrails that I'm supposed to put in here as well, but they're on the other side. So I'm not too worried about that right now. I am worried about this wiring, how well it's going to stay. But that sounds like it's tomorrow's problem, not today's problem. I also have to do the touch-ups, and I have to make the wall. I have some wall things that I need to put on here as well. Should I do that? So it'd be 2.25. 2.25 by 4.5. 2.25 by 4.5. Yep. Okay, so that's not bad. So I could probably cut that right along there. Oops. I know you can't really see what I'm doing right now. It's okay. I'm just cutting styrene. So that should be the height, and then it's just a matter of, what did I say, 2.25? Yeah, 2.25. And the good thing is that this styrene is white, so I don't need to really paint it. I can just place it. And that should be good. That'll hold. Looks sick. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I just got to do 4 of them, I guess. I don't have to do the outside walls, but I could. Actually, I should probably do another one. So if I can get 5 out of this, then I'll do 5. So that's 2. Close enough. All right. You want to see a test car inside? But I got wet glue all on here. I don't know if I can do that right now. Did you see it light up yet, Chris? I had it lit up. I can do that. I can light it for you if you want. You're like, yeah, but lighting it up isn't as cool as putting a locomotive inside. You missed it? Okay, I can light it up. You want me to light it up? I'll light it up. You lit up the Christmas tree, I'll light up this Christmas tree. All I got to do is plug it in. Took me a while. Bam. This Christmas season. No one's coming down the chimney because we're all busy working in the shop. Cool, right? I did have a locomotive in there, like, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And then they were like, try one of your passenger cars. And it literally it almost scraped the top. Yeah, I was sweating buckets. I'm like, if that passenger car does not fit in there, I am changing hobbies forever. And that's the story about how I save Christmas. Okay, so that is a little too wide. I gotta take a piece off here. And that's the story of how I unintentionally saved Christmas with a train. Oh, and of course there's an angle piece there. Well, make this fit. Okay, we're good. I like it. It does what it needs to. It fits, kind of. So then I need one for this side. I think I'm going to have to copy this. So I need to. Sorry, when I'm not on camera like that, it's because I'm trimming styrene. I am still here. Technically both, Chris. I can work on both, or depending on what needs to be done, really. What kind of work order, I know some of them should be like not all the platforms are supposed to be raised, but I'm not going to rebuild the inside of the kit, um, and change that stuff. That might be a bit much. But I think that if I do this, it'll be okay. I got 2 more pieces of styrene to cut/adjust. I'll glue them in, and then I'm calling it a night. Because I think I've done all that I can for you in the time that I've spent to do that. So you just got to come back next week when I do some more stuff, which will also be neat. This is the fun part because I'm getting into the part now where I have to really break down the customizations and start doing the piping. And I'm going to have to order some, what are they called? HVAC stuff from ICLA, most likely. I really like their HVAC. Okay, so I'm just going to glue these in. Local time is 6:25. Okay, so those 4 wall pieces, they're all the same shape, except they're reversed, right? So I had to cut out a little corner because there's these angle pieces in there. Super annoying, but cutting off the corner like that, you won't even see that. Then obviously I have to do the reverse. And then they're basically going in there like a sandwich, right? One on one wall, one on the other. And then they come together like that. So this is where I glue them. That glue is potent. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Put glue at the bottom, glue at the top. There's nothing in the middle. And then I've got some of these, which I'm going to just clip on here. Oops. Maybe I'll take that one off. Okay, where's the other two? What did I do with them? Oh, they're still in here. And I'll show you guys what I did, obviously, here once these are in. Because I bet you're wondering what exactly I'm doing. Like, why am I adding walls here? It's mostly for the hinge. Because when I add the door on the front, it needs something on the inside here to stick to. So that's where this little wall piece is going to come in handy because I can stick the hinge right to the door. And again, Bob is your uncle. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. I'll show you that. I'll show you what I did. For curiosity's sake. So do you see that wall right here? So I've got that wall. I've got one down here. And then when you look at it this way, the wall's sticking out a bit. Hold on. Oh, no, it's just the way it looks. It's actually flat. Okay. But yeah. So there's that there, and then that there. And then the hinge will stick to those. And it'll be cool. I had to cut the triangle piece again because see this piece here comes out. I couldn't put it flat against it, so I had to cut out a piece from the top of the wall section. But it all looks the same because I mean you can still see right through. But I'm also going to be adding stuff to that wall, like a little thing up on the wall here, little detail pieces, and I'm going to add, of course, some piping. It's very basic, and of course, like the inside of the building is mostly white too. The walls are white, not the cleanest white, but I'm sure when it's new, it'll all look good. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. So again, we're slowly just adding detail. I'll probably get these doors on the front next week. Once these dry, these little walls here, and of course the glue. But yeah, they were asking about the glue and see how it's flattening out. You know, they're depending on the weather, of course. If it's like it's not too cold down here, so this should dry rather quickly. But then I have to put like some sort of concrete over that. Are you thinking about overhead crane? I'm still thinking about the overhead crane. That's why I haven't added these pieces yet, because I'm supposed to add these supports that go like here and here, and there's 2, 4, 6. They're all over on the side here, just in case I need to put the crane in. I don't know which one I'm putting it in, or if I'm going to put it at all. I don't know. It's going to be a last minute thing, because if I need to get down in here, I don't want anything in here anyways. So that's why I haven't. That's another reason why I haven't added those pieces. Now I do need to add more of this stuff. Do I have this backwards? I feel like I have it backwards. I know it goes better one way than the other way. Oh, there we go. Okay. Because there's a back section here. Not that you'll see it, but I'm going to also do that as well. And then, yeah, there's little roof details. That's what all those little circles are for. I have to do all that too. Let's see one more time. Lit up. And then we will call it a day. So yeah, the crane is still an option. Lighting is good for now. I do have to add more lighting. That will happen eventually. I have to do some corrective painting on the front, probably down the side, not this side. No one is going to see that side. Probably that side. Add the doors, and then just keep going at it with the details. Details. And you can kind of see that it's darker back here. Like you don't see as much light. Oh, maybe it's just the way the camera is. Whoop. There we go. Yeah, you can see more lighting this way, but you can see all the way through, and I love that. I love that you can see all the way through with it. It looks neat. But yeah, I do need to add some overhead lighting as well, for sure. And then that'll be up here and back there. So we'll see what happens with that. And then, of course, like I said, roof detail is a huge thing. And then any detailing that I'm adding to, the front area as well. Very excited. It's a lot of work. There's so much. That's why it's not a 2-minute job. I think when Dave was working on his, he was only working on one, and that's why he finished way before me. So kudos to him for being able to finish it. This thing is taking way too long. I have a few more kits that I do need to do some work with, but they're not as important as this one, I guess. I don't know. This is what I'm working with right now. I want to get it done and whatnot. I'd also like to make a sign for the side, that looks like that it says Whitby and then the Go logo, something like that. Probably for the other side. This side's going to be up against the wall, so you won't see this side. Yeah. I know that if your name for your channel name all good, I will address. But yeah. So I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to do tonight. I'm tired. I work tomorrow because it's my weekend where I'm working all weekend. So that's the other building I have to do up there. That's the Walthers paper mill. I got to redo a lot of these kits here, but I'm not going to touch them until I'm done this more or less 100%. This is going to be where all my focus is for now, and then I'll be able to do other stuff after. I'm not really worried too much about it. I can still do track work and whatnot. The buildings aren't too big of a deal. I did a lot of cleaning. You can see how empty my bottom level is right now. It's because I've been doing a lot of cleaning. And I am basically ready to continue on from the hole in the wall right here. I've got the hole over there, and then all my track is to the door or to the hole. I'm going to start going through, and then I got to build an entire yard. There's going to be a loop section at the back of the yard. I'm sure I'll make a video about that at some point because it's going to replicate a CN yard that, Mac yard, part of Mac yard, because there's I think there's 2 or 3 sections to it. So I kind of have to take a mishmash of certain parts of it just to make that whole section work. It's gonna be a lot of track, but it'll be fun. I hope to get the main line of it done, and then that way I can start running trains soon in loops. Penguin blue waving tear, awesome night. Thanks, Chris. What a beautiful structure. Congratulations on an epic build. Finger red number 1. Those might be emojis. I'm just reading it as a worded emoji. All right, Ronald, you have a good night. Good night, Ronald. You are so far ahead of my skill, but I really enjoy watching you work. Skill. The thing about this, I want to be very clear. This is just a basic building that I've combined 3 of the same kit. I'm almost positive anybody could do this. Almost positive. I don't think skill is a thing here. It's more or less just, you know, throwing a dart at the dartboard. You know, I don't know. I don't play darts. I'm sure there's a lot of skill required in that, but I don't know. I don't normally play darts. I just imagine it as throwing a dart at the dartboard. That's what I did here. I just got 3 kits, kind of just planned out how I wanted to do it, and I just did it. I don't know how much skill is actually required to do this. I just, yeah, I don't know. I just, you know, shot in the dark, really, but it's fun. I'm having fun, and I'm glad that you guys are having fun watching. So we'll be back next week where we'll do some more. Until then, of course, Monday night we've got James and hopefully Mike. Hopefully Mike is feeling better. And then on Thursday we got GVO After Dark with me and Mark. And yes, I did mean to rhyme there. So yeah, come back and we'll hang out. We'll have a good time. Well, Bill, hope more fix things. Happy holidays from Sweden. I wish I knew the Sweden word for happy holidays. I would definitely say that. It's fine. It's weird to look at and say, "Hey, I did that," but it's weird. Thanks, Scott. Buy me one, Chris. I'll show you. Not everyone can build. I can barely afford the 3, let alone a 4th one. Why do you think I only did 3? Well, the space is probably a big thing. Either way, you guys have yourselves a great night. I have a train to catch. We'll see you again real soon.